Well, this is the most important part, actually. To raising the awareness towards the exposures in the social media and the threats that lingers at there. Maybe it's not a case for us that we have a certain amount of knowledge regarding those kind of subjects, but just consider as an individual that living in a mountain village. They don't have a certain amount of connection with the social media, with the rest of the community. They are living a remote life. When you come across with a disinformation, even say it's an online disinformation campaign or a more traditional, as we have spoken before the break, a rural newspaper, a local newspaper, they are witnessing disinformation on there. They tend to believe that. They tend to believe that the information that they have come across is a reality, but maybe the truth it's not. And they do not have any reach for the fact checkers as well. They do not have the information. Even it's that kind of platform exists, right? Individual living in a mountain village, they won't have that kind of information. So increasing the awareness and the technology literacy is essential for mitigating this information. Education is a long-term antidote. If we consider this disinformation as a poison, the long-term solution is raising the awareness and continuous education for the upcoming strategies. Because especially if we are going to talk about the artificial intelligence technologies, even 3 months could be an ancient history. Like before 2022, artificial intelligence was not in our lives. We were not talking about ChatGPT or large language models. But just wondering, after 2022, ChatGPT's first model came into our lives, came into our computers, and then we started to use a large language model on a daily basis. In today's world, even the techno rivalry between the states, let's say United States and China, is happening between the large language models. In one side, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and on the other side, we see DeepSeek, Qwen, and Manus. And through those large language models, states are also disseminating their narratives, their truths and their facts to have the influence capacity on the foreign audiences. If you do not have that kind of educated ear and knowledge regarding to this kind of dissemination subjects, we tend to expose those narratives. For instance, if you are going to ask about delicate subjects for those large language models, they tend to explain the situation according to their creators. You can't able to hear a negative opinion from a Chinese originated large language model, and vice versa. You cannot able to see a negative opinion from a US-based large language model. I'm just saying this to making an awareness. I am not saying that, of course, they will not provide that kind of thing, but the thing is, even though for the large language model, the answers to the prompts, results are political. It aligns with the state's foreign policy goals. So we have this base understanding. Whatever they provide, it is not 100% objective, it's subjective. So that's why a long-term education for raising the awareness is essential. And likewise, the media literacy as well. So developing the skill sets to critically evaluate media content, if it's true or not, is essential. And it's also considered as the first line of the defense against disinformation. Also, for the governments and schools are increasingly including their curricula for regarding to increasing the digital literacy.